Hello, welcome back. I'm Tanya from Tanya's Witchy Kitchen, and how are you doing today? Well, we haven't sat like this in a long time. Gosh, it's been ages. That is life. So I have a question for you canola lovers. Are you that person who just loves to cook with canola? Like everything's canola in your salad, when you fry, when you do this, it's canola. I'm gonna wreck your world. Anybody live on a farm where there's canola fields all over? Yeah, they're pretty. They're like a pale yellow. They look like they have little bean pods on them, look like little baby beans. They stink like ass. That's really, literally ass. It's just gross. You drive by and it's just like, oh, it's so pretty. And then you get this stink that rolls through the car and it's just gross. Okay, so guess what? That's what that plant smells like. Canola smells like that. Do you know how to get the stink out? Now, you can look at different websites and it'll say, right, it's always solvent expressed, which means chemicals added. I mean, they add so many chemicals to this canola oil to get the stink out. I'm not kidding you. Look it up. This stuff stinks. If they really did that, right? Like they do other oils like extra virgin olive oil. If they did it that way, oh my gosh. Very funny. He'd be like, what movie is it? What movie is it? There's a movie and he's like, he's gonna open up a can of whoop ass, right? You'd be open up a can of canola ass. Oh, it's just so gross. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's just, ooh, yeah, pungent, rancid, just stinky gross. So if you love canola, I am so sorry. You need to look into that and research why it's probably one of the worst oils for you to cook with. Seriously. Yeah. I mean, I've got some. I have some from Sam's Club, and it doesn't smell any different than anything else. But when you look at the process of how they make it, how they clean it, who knew, right? And then I was at my voodoo doctor, and he's like, we were talking about nutrition, and food, and do I eat good food? And I'm like, I don't know. I think my diet's okay. Some days, some days not. And then he was saying how, do you get good fats? He's like avocado oil, and that was the only one he named. And I'm thinking, I put that in my soap. Does that count? Avocado oil? I didn't know if that was good for you or not, but I'm like, good fats, tallow, butter. He thought I was funny, but I think he thought I was kidding too. Cream into coffee? It's all the things, you guys, all the things. But anyway, yes, now that I wrecked your world on canola, yeah, we are here for tea time. It's not really tea time. It's tea time, because this is not really a spice we're talking about today. I suppose you can cook with it. So yeah, I guess it could be a spice. I don't know. I'm getting confused between the tea time and the life with spice, and I think I'm gonna call it like, Herbal Spotlight. How do you like that? Herbal Spotlight. I'll write that down so I don't forget. It's the Herbal Spotlight. That way it doesn't matter what I do. It's something. But anyway, 3 things. Dream big. Be true to you. You are worth it. And let's go check out our notes on lemon balm. If you can see how dirty my cup is, it's because I have to take this powder supplement that's very green. It's very green. It's like licking grass. But it's very green. But it's supposed to be, it's helping me, do all the things. But anyway. We're talking lemon balm today, and lemon balm you might know it if you're into oils, is Melissa. So that really expensive oil that costs more than rose is Melissa. Officinalis is what lemon balm is. It means honeybee in Greek. It is from the mint family, so it can be invasive in your garden. Lemon balm. It's also called common balm or balm mint. It has a very lemony scent when you crush the leaves. Like when you crush peppermint or spearmint or even pineapple mint, you get that beautiful scent. Lemon balm gives you this lemony scent, so you know what it is. The leaves are shiny and heart-shaped, not like peppermint or spearmint leaves. The bees love it. Mine hasn't flowered yet. So I'm just waiting, but the leaves are totally different than the other mint plants. Okay. It's cooling, it's drying. We use the leaf and the flower without the stem. Harvest early in the flowering stage. Somebody else said harvest before it flowers. I've seen some people that are like, if it's 2 inches, cut it off. You know, it's one of those things where everybody has their own opinion. And maybe sometimes I really believe it depends on where it grows. So this beautiful herb is great for elevating your mood. It helps temper aggravated negative thoughts and emotions. It promotes longevity. It's a gentle sedative for anxiety or overexcited children, and it helps with sleeping. I'll talk about that more. It can help with common cold. It's antiviral, more about that. And it can sweat out a fever. So like chamomile does, may assist with overactive thyroid. However, I think there is a huge warning on if you have an underactive thyroid not to take this. Don't bring your echinacea into the house and put it on the table, because then you get these tiny little bugs that were on the echinacea. I'll talk about that another day. Sorry. Anyway, everything's funny today because it was just one of those days where everything was going wrong. So if you laugh about something, even if it's not funny, it helps, you know. Well, it helps me. It's just me. It is helpful with treating goiters. It improves taste and activity of other herbs. It is probably the very first herb I ever bought. Like literally the very first bulk herb I bought. Parsley was probably at the same time, and they were just huge bags because who knew? But I still have it, and it still makes a great tea. I use it for a lot of other things. But anyway, it improves intellectual performance in children and adults without negative side effects. Bonus reason to drink tea. But the school season coming up, that'd be a great thing to give your child at night. You know, a little bit, 4 ounces of lemon balm tea helps them get sleep, good night rest, helps them intellectually the next day. Hey, I'm all about whatever works. My son, the bull rider, you know, I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, he recently got hurt again. He got stomped on. He had some bone bruising and muscle tears, okay? And I had made up this arnica oil this spring, and I was just bugging him about it. And he just feels like he should tough it out. And I'm like, no, you idiot. You don't tough it out. If there's no reason to tough it out, you don't need to tough it out, right? I'm into quotes today. But you don't have to tough it out. So he put it on, and the next morning I was like, did it help? And he's like, yeah, he said it did help. You know, I would add comfrey to it. I could blend my comfrey salve with this arnica oil, which would be great for him because it helps with ligaments, tears, bruising. We're not talking arnica today. I am so sorry. But yeah, if there's a benefit, if it can help you, why not use it? That's my point. Okay. It helps with, we're so sidetracked today. It helps with menopause, sleep disorders, lemon balm and valerian together. Throw some chamomile in there. My daughter hates chamomile, but she's got the tea bags. And I told her, I said, you need to actually get either a very expensive, good quality chamomile tea or take some from my garden, I said, and make yourself a tea and try it. I'm going to have to make her do that the next time she comes out because she keeps complaining about chamomile tea. And I told her, I said, it's inferior tea that they put in those tea bags. Not all brands, but, you know, your Bigelow, your Lipton, your, you know, the inferior tea is in the tea bag. I'm sorry. But it helps with ADHD, mild depression, mood swings, and stress-related fatigue. That's probably why I've been throwing it in there. I didn't even know why I throw lemon balm in my tea mixtures, but that's just a great reason. The antiviral part, it actually has been shown to help with herpes and cold sores. Directly applied to the skin for cold sores. When used regularly, people reported fewer breakouts and faster healing lesions. The essential oil you could use or the lemon or make a lemon balm ointment to put on cold sores. I actually have lemon balm in my, boy, don't quote me. I think it's in my it is in my lemon balm or my cold sore lip balm. I knew I had it in there. Usually if you have a breakout, use it several times a day, the lemon balm ointment or the essential oil, which is so expensive. For shingles, you can take a tincture internally and apply it topically to the area, which is interesting because I think it's German chamomile that there's a tincture. So maybe if you are in that case, you could blend them together. That's what I would do. For PMS, it helps with cramping, headaches, tension, PMS back pain, heart health. With regular use, it lowers triglycerides and helps with heart palpitations and lowers blood pressure. I need to get on the lemon balm train. Teething in children helps with pain and helps regulate their sleep patterns. Liver health helps detox the liver, supports liver's production of antioxidants. It's high antibacterial, high antifungal, especially with candida yeast infections. For that, you could take a lemon balm oil, tincture, or extract 2 times per day. Diabetes, oil, tincture, or extract help prevent and treat diabetes by controlling blood sugar levels. It is anti-inflammatory, which reduces the inflammation in the body and helps reduce pain. Lower the inflammation, lower the pain. It's a huge antioxidant, great for the immune system. Helps with digestion, constipation, and colic. In Alzheimer's, they had a study and it showed with regular use, it improved cognitive function and over time helped reduce agitation in patients. But on the skin, like in masks or etc., it supposedly helps with fine lines, wrinkles, minor blemishes, and infections on the skin. Put that in a lotion. No. It would make a great herbal mask. And I was actually reading this other girl. She puts stinging nettle in her face masks. So I'm wondering if you could just make like a compress, chopped up fresh stuff and or even dried and just made a light thick paste and put it on your face. I have to try that. For bee stings, write this down. For bee stings, if you chewed fresh leaves, you can chew it up and put it on the sting and it takes the sting away. Plantain is supposed to work too for that, but she said she had so many good results with people and doing this too, and the parents were amazed, the kids were amazed, and I was just like, interesting. This was really cool. In Alchemy of Herbs, and I'm going to quote this because it was just so fascinating. So she is saying that lemon balm can possibly help the negative effects of radiation, which causes oxidative stress and DNA damage. Okay, she said, in one study, 55 radiology staff members were asked to drink lemon balm tea 2 times a day for 30 days because radiation from x-rays can damage DNA and induce oxidative stress. Oxidative stress markers were recorded before drinking the tea and again after the 30 days of drinking tea. Researchers recorded numerous improvements where the oxidative stress markers went down and actually lowered the plasma damage. I thought that was cool. Yeah. I mean, really, that's huge. Especially if you work in a facility and you don't have a choice, you know. They always run around the wall, but I mean, how much does that wall protect if it's not insulated? I'm always thinking, sorry. But yeah, so lemon balm tea, if you want it, you can make it just for your regular health sleeping, you know, okay? 1 teaspoon, blah, blah, blah. Okay, for health benefits though, for health benefits, you want to steep it longer, maybe make a stronger tea. You can infuse it in oil and make a salve, a lip balm for cold sores, okay? Or rub it on spots for shingles. And it's much cheaper than the essential oil. Yes, believe me. 2 to 6 weeks, infuse it in the oil. Food, it goes well with meats, fish, vegetables, sauces, green salads, herbal butters, fruit salad, lemon balm water. This is interesting because I just started doing this. I bought this big pitcher, you know, the little jug with the spigot, and I've been doing waters in it. I did mint and lemon. Oh, that was potent. It was fresh mint from the garden too. My son even commented, he's like, well, that was really potent. And I was like, but it was really, really good too. But lemon balm water, you can take 1 tablespoon dried lemon balm, 1 thin slice of lemon, 2 slices of cucumbers, put it in a quart jar, fill it with water, and steep 2 to 4 hours. You could put it in the fridge and steep in the fridge for 2 to 4 hours so it's cold, or if you just like, you know, room temperature water, you know, obviously. Use within 24 hours because it is a tea. You don't want it to go bad. I do that all the time. I've been making plain iced tea for my kids. I tell them they have to sweeten it themselves. Honey doesn't dissolve as well in cold iced tea, but I told my son, I said, eventually it will dissolve, so just don't worry about it so much, right? Okay, the only thing I have for you today is we're just doing a shrub. We're doing a lemon balm and peach shrub, and there's just so much information. I just want to take you down, like, poof, here it is, so that when you find the tangent you like, you can go down that road some more. That's basically what this is. Okay, so anyways, we are going right to the shrub, and I will see you in the kitchen. Okay, and all we are doing with lemon balm today is a shrub. There's so much you can do with it. You can make a tincture out of it. You can put it in honey. You can, you know, make an oil out of it. We talked about all the stuff you could do with it. I just wanted to show you a really good summertime drink. We've done these before. This is called a shrub. And so this is going to be a peach lemon balm shrub. You can make shrubs out of just fruit. You can make it out of herbs. I will link that other video below because that one had so much more information. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill my jar with peaches. Okay. It depends on the size of the peaches and how the peaches are, you know, how juicy they are, how thick they are. I know one recipe, it had called for 8 peaches, which I think I actually got into the jar. And this one, I don't think I got quite, I think I got 5 or 6. But it doesn't matter. So you want to fill the jar up 3/4 of the way with your fresh peaches. And hopefully peaches are, I had gotten these early in the year, or early in the season. But I know, you know, peach season, can't even talk today. But hopefully, it's still the end of July, and hopefully we'll have some peach trucks and stuff like that come through. But as far as shrubs go, they are great to boost your metabolism. They help with skin health. They help with acne and eczema and gut health. They also help with dehydration. I actually mix my vinegars. I use, you can use strictly apple cider vinegar. I like a blend of half a cup rice, half a cup red, half a cup white wine, and then I top it off with my apple cider vinegar, which is usually a cup or more. And I forgot to add my cup of lemon balm to it before I added all the vinegars. So I'm going to be having a fun time mixing this up. Yeah, it's like, oh gosh, how could I do that? I always add the herb first and then add the vinegars. It makes it so much easier to mix up. You can definitely, mix it the first few days and top it off with more vinegar if you need to. You can mash the fruit into the jar. Like push it down. And don't forget, a non-acidic lid or wax paper between, and label it. This is the longer version of a shrub. Some people make it within 24 hours. I like the longer version. It basically, once it's done, you shake it well 2 times a day, and you infuse it for 2 weeks. This one actually sat on my counter for maybe closer to 4, just because I wasn't home. And then I forgot about it. Okay, so after our initial infusion, we are going to strain it without pressing, okay? And this is the hard part for me to do because I really want to squeeze everything out of those peaches. But you basically have a couple layers of cheesecloth and slowly, carefully strain it. It can take up to a half an hour to strain properly, okay? So give it that extra time. Let it do its thing. See? It's a beaut. Isn't that pretty? And seriously, just let it strain. If you get a little squeeze, it's okay. And once it is strained, you're going to want to measure how much liquid you have. I like to put this in a jar just for ease because I don't actually do the 50-50 ratio of 50% juice and 50% honey. I will just basically top it off. So it comes to about 1/4 to 1/3 honey ratio to the juice. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's not even, it's supposed to be equal parts. I just don't like mine that sweet, so I don't do it that way. And then to use it, like if you want digestive benefits, you could just take a shot of this before you eat, half hour or so. But if you really want the drink and the cocktail and all the fun stuff, you take I used about 1/4 cup, and then you add sparkling water. You can add really whatever you want to it. You can add a sparkling water and a shot of gin, and just top it off, and it is so yummy. That lemon balm in here is just spot on. Oh, and to note, you can use equal parts sugar. It does not have to be honey. It can be equal parts of your vinegar to equal parts sugar. Whisk it to dissolve. Store in the fridge up to 6 months. And there you have it, our Herbal Spotlight on lemon balm. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.